Welcome back. I'm joined by Barb Dutrow. She's the GSA president. Thank you so much for joining us, Barb. As GSA president since July, tell me, how has the presidency in the last 4 months gone since leading up to GSA Connects?
It's gone well. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very pleased to be here. GSA has very strong leadership in its executive directors, its council, and so they set the stage for a lot of change. And you know, change has been the key. During the pandemic, we would make one decision, and then the shifting landscape would cause us to rethink that decision and move forward. So we've been incredibly adaptable. We've made a lot of decisions. We pivoted, an overused term, and we've gone forward. And we're very excited to be leading this new normal of in-person meetings.
Nice, very nice. What have been some of the key highlights of GSA this last year?
With all the movements in social justice, we have done a complete overhaul of several of our important committees. So we've reevaluated our JEDI principles and diversity, equity, and inclusion in our awards, our nominations, our fellowship, to try to remove all the bias and make GSA an even more inclusive and diverse organization.
Nice. Can you tell us more about what the GSA is going to be looking to focus on in the next year?
Well, we have to carry this momentum forward. We really want to continue the in-person meetings, all of our diversity, equity, and inclusion momentum. And we have, I have to mention, we have 82 On to the Future students from minoritized groups here with us, so we're very excited about that program, and that will also continue on into the future. Unfortunately, we have to replace our executive director. She'll be moving on, actually retiring, so we'll be looking to fulfill that role. So that's going to be a big challenge in the next year.
What personal initiatives or programs are you looking to spearhead into 2022?
Well, with the time that remains, I'm very interested in the women in geology. You know, when I started out in geology, there were very, very few women, and now we have more women in geology, but now we also want to work with our minoritized groups. I'll also be working with the On to the Future group. And of course, I want to work with the campus representatives, because they're inspiring the next generation of leaders for the geosciences. And I'd like to work with them also. So, of course, messaging is important. We want to enhance our messaging across GSA so that our members know the value of belonging to an organization such as GSA.
Obviously, you know, there's some challenges with the pandemic. Can you talk about the importance of having some face-to-face interaction with the GSA given the current obstacles?
Absolutely. Well, I think you've seen that GSA has provided leadership as to how to have an in-person meeting during COVID times. We're all safe and secure, and that's important. We want to follow protocols. But in-person meetings are so important for networking, developing spontaneous connections that you never know you might have. Opportunities arise that wouldn't otherwise be available from a typical Zoom meeting. So having this ability to network and connect with both old and new colleagues is very important, so GSA will be continuing that. And if I could just say a few opportunities that I've had during my many years as a GSA member. When I first became a GSA member because I won a Best Student Paper Award when I was a student, and they gave me a free membership, and I've been a member ever since. And the second opportunity I had was when I finished my PhD. I gave a talk at a GSA meeting. A gentleman was in the audience who ran a big program in Germany, and I was invited to go to Germany for 2 years and work in his lab. And that never would have happened without an in-person meeting and having those connections that you would never have online. So I'm just very thankful that we're here and we're back and we're being safe.
And finally, what are some of the takeaways that you hope members are going to have for this year?
Not to get COVID. Sorry, that just had to come in. So I hope they do remember the power of in-person meetings and the power of connectivity, the power of networking, and also the power of hearing more voices, diverse voices, sampling different kinds of science. You know, we're all here to build a better scientific community and raise our voices as one, to build a better world for everyone. And geology is the key to safety and to find new resources for our technological needs and to keep our environment safe and healthy. So I hope they take away the safety and the fun of meetings and in-person interactions.
Awesome. Barb, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.